answer.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, another assist.
Right now we have our head coach, Kevin Nickelberry, along with sophomore guard R.J. Cole. Coach, if you would like, we will open the floor with the opening statement.
We knew coming in we were going to be shorthanded. You know, obviously we had a great start to the year, some great victories early. We've obviously struggled without Lot and Torre, and after we started strong tonight, we went to the bench early. I think they went on a 10-0 run, and as a byproduct, Cousins got 2 fouls early. Instead of bringing in Torre, we have to bring in someone who's not as experienced, which hurts our depth. I mean, and we have to figure that out. I mean, I'm not sure how long he's going to be out, but I just thought we came out with some energy, but at the end of the day, we have to make shots. We're a team that makes shots. We score a lot of points, and we get to the free throw line, and that just hadn't happened the last couple of games. I think we, before those guys got hurt, we were 8th or 9th in the country in free throws. 7th in the country in free throws attempted. Last couple of games we're averaging 15 less. Because both those guys get to the line a lot. And it's hard to replace 24 points. It's hard to replace 24 points, and it puts a lot more pressure on Cole and Williams. Defenses are loading up on them now, whereas similar to last year where people loaded up on them, but a lot opened that up. If you load up on them now, we're reversing the ball to a guy who can get 20, 25, so hopefully we'll get them back at some point so that in the MEAC, so that we can get back to our 3 scorers, our 3-headed monster, so they can't just load up on 2 guys. But tonight, Georgetown was a better team. They were a better team. They were stronger. Gavan obviously is a pro, and they were able to get them the ball early and calm them down. And then once they got into our bench with foul trouble, they were able to get out in transition and gave us problem with transition and second points.
Kevin, the size in general that they bring to bear would have been tough regardless, but with both Govan and LeBlanc, just how much of a challenge was that?
It was. I mean, it definitely was. And Cousins, battled in there, but we kind of had again, recreating a new rotation. Before it was Torre and Zion, 2 very, very athletic kids at 6'9" that can rebound the ball. Now you're subbing, you're going to a 6'5" kid against Georgetown. That's not a great, formula for success against all that size they have.
RJ, you guys obviously got off to a pretty good start there the first few minutes. What was going well, and was it just a matter of they just kind of overwhelmed you and shots were falling for you guys?
For us, in the beginning of the game, I mean, I feel like we made shots. Most of our shots started falling in the beginning of the game, and it got to a point where the spell hit us where we couldn't score, and Georgetown was scoring, and our defense wasn't good enough to stop it from scoring. But as the game went on, the shots weren't made, so that's basically what it was.
Kevin, do you have a sense of when either of those 2 guys is going to get back, or if one's ahead of the other?
If I had to guess, I would think that Lot's a little bit ahead, but I hope to get him back in the first couple of league games. But someone else has to step up. I mean, at the end of the day, we haven't played well, obviously, recently, but it can't be an excuse. We have to go out in our first league game. We have to be successful. And at the end of the day, I can sit here and tell you they aren't valuable to, when you spend 4 or 5 months playing a certain way, saying that we wanted to be one of the top scoring teams in the country. You sit out a kid, Howard doesn't have an opportunity to sit out the kids out because of similar to Georgetown, because of academic requirements. You get a kid to sit out like him, who is dynamic, and you lose him for 3 or 4 games, and you practice that way for months and months. It's tough. You go to practice and try to figure out other ways to put the ball in the basket, other ways, you know, and it makes it a little bit tougher when it's Georgetown you're playing against. You know, Pat's done a great job of, you know, creating a style. It's almost like you're playing against an NBA team because the way they play, they screen and space you out. And we knew that. You know, a lot of college teams don't play like that anymore. So it basically let us run, and we just try to, you know, but you know they were, you know, they turned down the ball screens against RJ, which was an NBA thing. They turned it down and ran them into their bigs, which is different, you know. And some, you know, hopefully people don't copycat, but if they do, we have to prepare for it.
Last year, you guys hung pretty tight with Georgetown. They were more of an interior team. What big differences did you see this year? They're more guard oriented this year.
They're point guard. I mean, he didn't play a lot. I mean, obviously had to check RJ, and we run his ballers in RJ's hands so much. We run him through so many screens, and I guess, you know, they played against each other. But all these guys play against each other in the summertime, so there's some pride there. So, you know, our goal was to try to get them into some foul trouble, but you know, they've added more. Last year when we played, it was Govan and everybody else. You just can't stop Govan anymore. I mean, some of their bigs have gotten a lot better. You know, some of their understanding, I guess, what Pat wants to do has gotten a lot better as well. You know, there's a lot more patience around Govan. There's not a lot of forced shots. They understand. They're okay with living in their moment and what they want. You know, we knew that. You know, the guys are ready. You know, shot ready, score ready. You know, 23 did a heck of a job. A lot of people on film, I said, had double Govan. He was ready for that shot at the free throw line. He made it. I give him credit. He's gotten better. You know, he's since the beginning of the year. You know, I like their progress. You know.
RJ, after the strong start for you guys this fall, a bit of a rough stretch. What kind of lessons do you feel that you guys can take into MEAC play that begins just around the corner?
I feel like it's just defense for us and understanding what we need from each other on the defensive end, because that's what happens to us. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day for us: defense, rebounding, and getting back in transition. And I think once we figure that out and we get to the bottom of that, I think we're unstoppable.
Any other questions? Thank you, gentlemen.